Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube and thank you for joining this 10-minute stretch and relax video. To start, I'd like you to be on your knees with your toes tucked under for a nice toe stretch. We regularly stretch out the rest of our bodies but tend to forget about these tiny little areas like the toes and the soles of the feet. If you find as though this stretch is a little too intense, you can lift your bum off your heels just to take the pressure off. However, if you are good with the intensity, sit back on your heels and take some deep breaths here. After holding this for a few deep breaths, I want you to sit up onto your knees and just shake out your feet by banging them gently onto the floor or the mat underneath you. Next up, we're going to move into a child's pose. So with your feet together, your knees wide apart, I want you to reach your hands forward as far as possible with the option of your chest, chin, or forehead on the mat. There is no right or wrong position to be here. As long as your body feels as though it's in a comfortable place to stretch, you can take nice deep breaths and you're really focusing on the areas that you want to release and let go of. Next up, coming onto all fours, we're just going to do some cat-cows. So sucking the stomach in towards the spine and curving the spine over, and then releasing, lifting the chin, dropping the rib cage towards the floor and creating the opposite curve in the spine. We're going to repeat this a few times. This is great to stretch out the spine, stretch out all of those little muscles in between the vertebrae. Feel free whilst you're doing this to play around with the movement. So if you want to slightly go in a circular motion with your body, you can do. If you want to take your weight slightly back over your feet, you can do. This is really just to get the mobility in the spine, in the body, loosen out any stiffness whilst taking some nice deep breaths. It is so important to stretch and relax your body as well as do those intense workouts. In order for your body to recover, it needs to be thoroughly stretched out and your muscles need to be nice and relaxed. So I would advise you do this video at least once a week, if not more often, if you feel you need to. Next up, we're going to go into something called a pigeon stretch. So with one leg extended behind you, the other one is bent and in front of you. The closer to a 90-degree angle you take this leg, the more intense the stretch will be in that glute. We're going to lean over that bent leg, and again, if you want to rest your head on your hands, you can do. If you feel the stretch whilst up with your arms straight, that is also okay. It is just about where you feel you can go to get the stretch that you need. Again, whilst we're here, we're going to take some nice deep breaths. After holding that for at least 5 deep breaths, we're going to come to sit on our bum and we're going to roll back and we're going to stretch out the same glute. So with that same leg that was just in front on the floor, we're going to cross it over in a figure 4 position over the other leg and pull that knee towards us. You might want to use your elbow to push open that knee that is crossed over, just to intensify the stretch a little bit more. Next up, keep that leg close to the body, stretch the other towards the floor, and straighten the leg that was bent. We're going to move in to a hamstring stretch. Now, it's not so important that the leg is dead straight for this, but more that you are flexing the foot and you are feeling the stretch down the back of the leg, through the knee and through the hamstring. It's also really important with this stretch that you keep your hips on the floor. So don't let whatever leg is in the air, that hip rise off the mat. Keep both hips pinned nicely to the floor. Again, take some nice deep breaths. Feel where the tension is, and on the exhale, try and release that tension and stretch a little bit further. Bend that leg back into the body and cross it over the opposite side of your body. This is to stretch out the lower spine. It's a really great one to do after any sort of intense exercise. We hold a lot of tension in our spine, especially our lower back. So this is a great stretch to do if you feel you need to. Recover nice and slowly, and we're going to repeat exactly the same on the other side using the other leg. So with the opposite leg in front, one leg behind, we're going to lean over into a pigeon stretch once again. Don't forget to take nice deep breaths. Remember, you can hold these stretches for as long as you need to. You don't need to do the exact same timing as me. If you feel as though you want to hold them a little longer, that's totally fine. Pause this video and start again when you're ready to move on to the next stretch. We're now laying on our back and doing the glute stretch with the legs pulled in close to us, the nice figure 4 stretch. This time is a really useful time for you to go through your body and think about the different areas and the different tension that you've got throughout the areas of your body. If you feel as though you're more tense on one side than the other, then hold that stretch on that side for a little longer. And we're going to move on to the hamstring stretch, stretching both legs and flexing the foot that is pointing up towards the ceiling. And moving on to the lower back stretch, stretching out the spine and all of the vertebrae by crossing the leg over the opposite side of the body. For this stretch, it's really important that both of your shoulders stay on the mat. Try not to let your upper body roll towards the leg that is crossing over. Recover in your own time, hug both knees into the chest and just take them in nice small circles to massage out your lower spine into the mat. After this, come to a nice, comfortable seated position. I personally opt for crossed legs, although you might find something that's more comfortable for you. Keeping your spine nice and long, we're just going to tilt the head from side to side, stretching out the neck. Taking one arm up over the head into a nice side stretch. If you can get the other elbow on the floor, that is great. It's just going to mean that you can really lean over and intensify that stretch. But if not, no worries at all. You do what you can before taking the hands down onto the floor. And you're going to take this stretch now more into like the side lower back. Slowly, we're going to walk the hands to the center and hang here over the center. Again, this is not only stretching out the spine, but you should also feel this in your glutes. A few nice deep breaths here before continuing the semicircle round to the other side, really reaching over, stopping for a moment to feel that stretch before going into the side stretch. In your own time, recover. Shut down your eyes and take some nice deep breaths. Thank you for joining. I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos, and I will see you very soon.